On December 13, 2016, community members gathered for a groundbreaking ceremony to honor a new workforce housing apartment complex located at 520 North Market Street in downtown Frederick.
This project and others like it are really important to us because it does fill a crucial need for affordable workforce housing. And I hear it all the time. It is a big need in our community. When I became the county executive, one of the first things I did was appoint 4 leadership teams on 4 priority areas to try to identify issues and topics that we would work on for the next 4 years. So one was on education, one was on seniors, one was on community needs, and the other was on jobs. And believe it or not, all 4 of those teams identified a need for workforce housing as part of their work effort. The community needs specifically recommended using county property to help our young professionals, our teachers, police, firefighters, nurses, the people that work in our restaurants and our stores right here downtown, to provide housing so that they could live and work in the same community.
The original structure was built in the 1900s and has a lot of history in Frederick County.
This was the county citizen services building for a very long time. Prior to that, about 100 years ago, it was built as a school for residents.
This actually was my first grade classroom. We're standing at it. Mrs. Shank was my teacher. I even have an envelope that one of my report cards probably came to my parents in.
Frederick County sold the structure to Interfaith Housing Alliance Incorporated and Pearl for $1.6 million.
We were selected, we were asked to come do town hall meetings. Again, a part of the process we don't normally do. So, we had NAC meetings and we had HPC meetings and Planning Commission meetings, but County Executive Gardner said, hey, I want to make sure that we get public input on this process. And to her credit, she saw the need for affordable housing, she selected us, but she wanted to make sure that we did this the right way for the community.
Early in the year of 2016, IHA and Pearl received a $15 million Tax Equity Program award issued by the Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development.
That's really the linchpin of all of this. This is about a $20 million project. And it's all, or 75% of the financing of this project comes through a tax credit program administered by the Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development, the Community Development Administration.
This new workforce apartment complex will have a total of 59 apartment units.
There's 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms. We are building green and energy efficient here. Lots of amenities here in the building. There will be a computer lab, a community room, a rooftop deck. There'll be parking on site for 1 car for each apartment. Affordable housing is the #1 unmet need in the community. So having this sort of housing here where it is meant for working people will be great. We know there are a lot of people who live outside the city and the county who would rather live in the community in which they work.
$20,000 to $60,000 a year is the income range we're looking at. So we have units set aside for specific income levels at each bedroom size.
The overall project is estimated to take 14 months and should be completed by Christmas of 2017.
Total development cost, including buying the land and paying the architect and the attorneys, all that is about $20 million. I believe that construction cost is maybe around $12 or $14 million of that 20.
The outside of the building in particular has to remain exactly the way it is. I think this building gets converted into roughly 16 of the rental units. And then in the parking lot, that's going to be a new construction, which then wraps around to 6th Street. And that's going to add the additional units to get us up to a total of 59 units.
Members of IHA and Pearl believe this new workforce housing apartment complex is a great opportunity for downtown Frederick.
Frederick's a great location with a lot of small businesses. Rents here are very high, vacancies are very low, so we're able to bring an affordable option that complements the community, and the community was looking for something like this. They put out an RFP for this property.
It's a prime location for something like affordable housing and workforce housing. We're near the hospital, we're near downtown shopping, we're near the police station. It's exciting to see this part of downtown get reinvigorated again. It's in a location where I think once this is done, there'll be a lot more foot traffic up and down this part of downtown Frederick.
Members of IHA said applications will not be accepted until fall of 2017. To find out more about 520 North Market Street Apartments, visit www.frederickcountymd.gov/workforcehousing.